Okay, this is the second video. This is the last one I'm going to do for today because this is the part that most everybody was having trouble with, trying to figure out what's going on here. And I want you to stop and take a look, and maybe I can do this with colored markers to show what's going on. If I wanted to know something about this type of picture, and that's the picture that you see in 5 and 6. You can tell a little bit just by looking at the picture, and I need you to be able to understand the picture, and I think this is where everybody sort of falls off the cart. Um, if, if we're talking about angle A and angle B, they actually are the same size. Okay, they are congruent to one another, and here's why. If you follow angle A and follow these two lines here that create angle A, they open up into this arc right here. All right, well, if you look at that arc, you'll see that there are two other lines that form angle B, and I need you to understand that. So I'm going to just sort of trace everything that creates that arc. So everything in blue, everything that has a blue outline is part of A and B. And I know it's starting to look a little goofy, but the same thing happens with D and C. Both of those guys open up. You know, just follow the angles to where they end up. And then I'll do that in red. Right? They open up to that smaller arc there. And so if I use the red on the inside and the outside, all right, that's angle D right there. So D is in red, and C is also in red. C is also in red. There we go. That opens up there and there. So you're going to follow two different angles to the same arc, and that's how we can make those two angles. These two angles are congruent. So you take the expression, you put a little equal sign in between them, and then you solve that two-step equation. Other than that, everything else was really good. Just remembering that inscribed angle is half the size of the arc that it opens up into, and if you're given the arc, then and they want to know the inscribed angle, then just cut that arc in half. And you know, the last video talking about the whole 360 as opposed to just looking at arc angles and inscribed angles. So just go back, watch videos again, grab more videos off of YouTube. You don't have to look at my ugly face so much. Just find the information, because even when you're sitting in class with me, if I'm talking about something, you know, you're going to be distracted. You're going to forget about something when you go back to do your homework. How did you figure it out then? Or did you just ignore it? Because if you just ignore it and say, sir, I couldn't do it, you haven't grasped the concept. And I'm doing these concepts in 2-day increments. You have the whole weekend to work over this, but I'm going to give you 1 day of study on Monday, and then I'm going to give a quiz. Okay? That's the way it's going to be. I'm going to give you a list of problem types. You're going to solve those problems, and then after that, that's it. It's quiz time, and you can go back and get information. But unfortunately, I'm going to take the same type of problems, but I'm going to change the numbers so you can't even go find the answers on the internet. I'm just preparing you for getting to the end product, and that's why quizzes are worth more points than just homework. All right, so really think about it. If you need colored pencils or something, I don't know. I think I've made a bigger mess by putting colors on this anyway. But just trace it with your fingers if you have to, and see where they end up, or just trace the arc and see which two angles form that arc. All right, good luck.